Welcome into the blockchain basement. We are powered by Arculus, the world's greatest cold storage app. And honestly, we are cooking. Shout out to everyone that's sharing and liking every single stream. Got views going up like crazy since I started using my code language here, speaking about the world at large. And also the Rumble and X accounts are just exploding. So what's up, boys? How the hell are you doing, Justin?
Doing good. I'm doing good. The markets are coming back a little bit, so that feels
We're pumping
good.
hard, man.
Pumping
I'm actually feeling
hard.
extremely bullish right now.
You know, my daughter loves these.
No, you can't have it. Okay?
Loves these
Unbelievable.
things. She's got a
They're
collection of them. I don't. Yeah, you know, there's a place in Woodstock, a restaurant that like has barrels of these things.
Well, they're for like Jeep owners, I think. I think Jeep owners, like, they go home and they have baths with the rubber duckies. I think.
Yeah.
is
Then
what
they put them
do.
back in their Jeep.
Yeah.
And it was
It's
like,
huge.
okay, whatever.
But we got some bullish stuff going on, you guys. Bitcoin on the weekly and monthly is just looking delicious. I finally feel like hammering back into one of the top altcoins that many national inquirers of crypto call dead. And I see some levels that I'm liking. So I'm going to rebuild my position in this altcoin. I'll let you know about that. We have a very, very special guest joining us here today, coming on at 2:15. Crypto Billy going to be coming on a little bit later in the show to give us his take on the markets, but something special that he's doing for people and the education of crypto that's making a huge impact. So make sure you're out there, share the stream, let him know Crypto Billy's coming on. I'm very, very excited to have this guy on the show. We met in Nashville, very like-minded, based, down-to-earth individual, and I'm a major fan of him. So, and shout out to all y'all for following me on Twitter. I have 2,574 followers. I am finally starting to shit post. This is me literally shaking right now on the outlook for the XRP army. Just insanely bullish. Oh my God. You know, yes, I am going to shit post more and more on X. And if you want to support us on the black side, you can go to basement.supplies. You can get yourself a bug out bag. If you are in the UK or somewhere that's about to literally start on fire, or you can go to the Knowledge Center here and join the black site. And that is one of the most powerful ways to support this channel outside of sharing the stream, smashing the like button, and just letting it be known that we ain't gonna leave it. Now, I'm feeling a little froggy today. Feeling a little bit, you know, I'm feeling a little bit hypertense about some of the background things that are going on in my life. But really, what's happened to all of our lives and our debasement of our currency can be best explained with this fantastic short video. We might get banned, so you need to share us after this.
Breaking news.
There's my vibe for the day. I am feeling a little bit hectic inside this little brain of mine, you know?
Wow.
Feeling like this moment we have, this chance we have to recapture our financial freedom is it's right on the edge here. Yes, you tuned into the blockchain basement, Dave Digital, and good to see ya. And the power of Bitcoin is the power to regain sovereignty amongst us as individuals, of take back the power to the individual outside of the Federal Reserve and their nefarious printing of our dollar and the buying power there within. As me as my dad, it's very aggravating to me, Justin. You know,
Very aggravating to me.
You have a new child. How's the kiddo going?
She's doing great. She's learned how to swim. She's got a little fever today, which is kind of a bummer because I spent the week getting our house ready because we have somebody coming over, one of her friends coming over for a little swim party. And then last night she got a little fever, so
oh man,
we'll see.
Yeah, you know, you just you basically, the kids, they get sick often, and I got to calm my wife down often, but my wife is very, very good at holistic healing. She's very, very good at it. So
let me ask you this: when your child has fever, do they enjoy taking medicine?
Oh, no. I mean, it is very, very hard to get medicine.
Difficult.
Yeah. The syrups are easier, you know.
You ever had to go to the suppository route?
No, I never had to go that route.
We're almost at that point. She will
The
not.
holistic approach is really good,
no.
though. It's expensive,
Holistic?
but it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
I'll
Crypto
check that
Steve,
out.
why do wives always need calmed down? I don't say that to her. It does not
Women.
work.
It's just women.
But we got some calm action and actually pretty exciting action on Bitcoin. Check out this graph. This is the weekly candle for Bitcoin. This is going to be closing on Sunday. This immense retracement from that massive downturn and really to the T of this original pump to moment at $48,600. Holy cow, it happened, and what a washout that was.
Jeez.
Justin, what was the sentiment on your crypto Twitter? Was it
I
death
was
and despair? Or?
questioning everything. Like, what am I doing with my life? Is this it? Is it over? I really think I watched this big long, and I can't remember. It was one of the first press conferences Trump has done in a while. It was like an hour and a half. I watched the whole thing last night. I think I watched the recording of it. But he was saying in there that this is a fight, not just for the money and all that, but it's really a fight for our country in every way,
Yes.
whether it's border, whether it's the Fed, any and all those stuff. So I think that the bad week that Kamala has, because I think she's had a very bad week. Am I supposed to say that, or is there like a code
Damn it.
word?
Okay, here's the list.
Yeah,
It was
I'm supposed to say,
hyena.
The bad week
Hyena
that
or camel
Hyena
toe.
had, I think has probably emboldened some of the markets and, kind of sealed the deal for Trump coming in, I hope. And so I think that's why we saw the rebound.
But that's if we even have a selection process allowed. I mean, they're already
I'm scared
rolling
of
out
that too.
No, they're rolling out the narratives for banana dots, and they're rolling out the narrative for another flu season.
Flu season. Yeah. No, I've heard that. The flu season I heard 2 years ago. I heard they're drumming up a new flu season. Banana dots, though. Let me see the list.
Yeah, here you go.
Banana dots. Let me just see.
Mon-
Banana dots.
Monkey.
This is ridiculous.
Okay, so
no, it's so good, right?
They're rolling it out though, man. Look, they can read it through. But I did drop the kind of legend for our code language in the Discord. This is what I have to do though, Justin.
You have to. No.
This is what I have to do.
That is why we're in ultimate trouble there. And I think whoever gets in office, which I hope it's the Orange Man, rule number one, day one, Gary Gensler, get rid of him, but also somehow break up the monopoly of the media.
Yeah.
And Google and all that other stuff, which...
and we saw Rumble with that. They're teaming up with X, and they got big money.
Big
moving in
money.
that lawsuit.
Parler. I learned on Tucker, Parler's back in a massive way. They don't use AWS. They don't use AWS. They have their own Parler server, so they can never be canceled again.
Dude, I was on Parler back in the last election season. It felt like a honeypot of feds, though. It just really felt like it really did. Like I had a lot of buddies, a lot of very red and excited buddies over there in Parler, and a couple of them got plucked, and it was from comments made on Parler. Yeah. So
Golly.
we got to be careful out there. But you know what? We're going to cover Bitcoin and then talk to Billy Goat Tales about something amazing he is doing. Parler apparently is back. That's exciting. I got to check it out.
Yeah, Parler's back.
So despite the liquidations at $49,000, that candle I just showed you, long-term Bitcoin holders actually bought over 184,500 Bitcoin worth $10 billion during that dip. Just absolutely savage. If you see the velocity of the massive whales buying and increasing during that extreme downward pressure, that is a massive, massive indicator for everybody out there. So you have to keep this in mind, the short-term volatility. I highlighted a lot of really great entry points, not only for Bitcoin, but for some of my other favorite altcoins. And one of those in particular that I am just really excited about is Tau. Tau, I was, okay, guys, we finally got a moment. It hit 150 bucks. I'll pull this up on TradingView so you can actually see the real pain that happened on this thing because it was immense. Look at that downward pressure. 162 bucks on TradingView here. And now it is sitting already at, it pulled back to $295.
Almost
So
100%.
this is an old pick though, Justin. I've been excited about this project since 40 bucks, all the way back when, and now it gets aggravating when it takes off. I mean, sure, it's great that I called it before it takes off, but then I don't want to keep like talking about, oh my God, we're going to keep going to $1,000, everyone. Basically, I had to watch this prove it point, and it may have rolled over. This was kind of the right around the AI surge that we all saw, and then it fell back down, found that level of support, and it's proven that level of support now 2 additional times. So you have 3 points of confluence there, looking pretty juicy, and set up in a nice situation for that March NVIDIA conference. We have an NVIDIA conference in March. In the altcoin section, I'm going to be talking about that more and more. But really, I think that Bitcoin, AI, and RWA, along with base chain and plays around Solana and Solana itself, are going to be extremely strong movers this bull market. And then we have people like this, Ansem. Hope everyone is enjoying the summer. And this is the little squiggly lines he draws for Bitcoin to crash back down to $42,000. So
breaks 40K.
That's weird.
This is copium right here.
Yeah.
And also shit posting. You know, he's
That's
not being
definitely
real.
shit posting. If it did that, that would cancel out the bull run. We would definitely be out of a bull.
Oh yeah,
That would be like the start of the recession.
Yeah.
If it got all the way down there.
I would absolutely
Which,
agree with that.
if the hyena wins, we could have that.
I mean,
We really
honestly,
could.
even if the hyena wins, you know she's gonna print hard. Do you know what I mean? I really feel that way. Like the markets are gonna hate it, and it'll give that short-term cut. But the Dems are gonna print even harder than Trump would if he got into office.
But aren't
So-
they looking to dump Bitcoin too?
They moved it to an exchange. I don't think it's been dumped officially though.
Okay.
It was like 30,000 Bitcoin moved to an exchange. I believe they moved it to Coinbase as well. But Coinbase is also the custodian for all of these ETFs. And honestly, if Coinbase goes down at this point, it's all fucked. Like, they hold so much Bitcoin that, really Coinbase is really looking like the Goliath in the room. And
Well, I mean,
What's that?
do you remember when was that when Silicon Valley Bank fell?
I think it was March. Oh my, I remember it well. Look at this.
You
So
see-
it was March 20th, or let's go to, because it's on the Bitcoin graph. You can see Bitcoin's reaction to that was hilarious. Hilarious. Let's go to TradingView, pull this up. Bam, bam. We go to the week, because this is the moment where, I started to realize that the more these banks collapse and the more weakness we see in the banking infrastructure, the more bullish Bitcoin's going to actually react. This is March 6th, right around March 6th to March 10th. And Bitcoin fell down to $19,500. And this is where all the bears are, see, $10,000 is coming into play, you guys. Told you. And instead, our market just absolutely started screaming. And along this way, when I saw the Evergrande liquidations being talked about by China and the need for quantitative easing in a more secretive manner, as well as the bank term funding program for the Federal Reserve to stop banks from collapsing under the high interest rates, that all happened right here. So that's where I got out of the Bitcoin hold and moved into Chainlink and ICP, basically.
Well, the reason I bring up the Silicon Valley Bank, that was one of the 10 banks that backed Circle, which is, obviously, tied together with Coinbase quite significantly, and that's what they hedge against, especially when it comes to USDC. So it's not out of the question. I'm not trying to scare anybody. That's why we always say keep your crypto, not your keys, not your crypto, keep it on your decentralized wallets. It's not out of the question for Coinbase to become insolvent. If the top banks start falling.
Well, they're tied to this sick system now. We have a marriage going on with TradFi that honestly might hurt crypto in a pretty big way.
I think it will in the long run. I think we'll have a good run this cycle. I think next cycle is going to be.
I'm watching out for 2026, bro. I think 2026 is going to be blood and guts, bro. Like I'm watching out for that
globally.
Let's bring up Crypto Billy because I want to have a chat. You can hear him too, Justin, if you want. You got a little earphone thing right by your shoulder there.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to put this in my ear. Let's bring up Crypto Billy. Say what's up to this based individual from across the land. Crypto Billy, how are you doing?
How are you?
Doing good, guys. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. So, I've talked to you on Spaces before, and we've been able to discuss a little bit about your background to Bitcoin Nashville, but it looks like, you're doing something that is also on my mind. I came across the Billy Goat Tales, The Bridge to Bitcoin in a paperback version, available on Amazon. We are going to be linking this in the description of this video, but Billy Goat Tales, what is all this about, and kind of what are you putting together with this awesome community? I mean, you have a bunch of really based, level-headed people as part of your community, and honestly, every person that I see in your spaces is someone I know, someone that I respect and I like. What's the intention of the build-up of and the build-out of Billy Goat Tales for you?
Well, it started with a simple philosophy, which is giver's gain. Everybody in this world today, it just seems like what's in it for me? What's in it for me? And in business, at least I'm 58, so I kind of come through the system a little bit earlier. It just seems like everybody's forgotten about the common man and helping someone else. When you help someone else, you get gifts and rewards that are 10, 20, 30, 50 fold. But I think everybody's too afraid to take that risk. They're just too concerned with their own lives and what they have going on to help everybody else. And it goes back to a lot of what you talk about, Drew, which is, people need to know how to grow their own garden. They need to know how to raise their own animals. They need to help their neighbor. They need to know their neighbor's name.
Yes.
They need to know when their neighbor goes into the hospital or needs them to watch their cat for them. And we're just so siloed and disconnected. And I wanted to bring back this philosophy of let's do this together. Let's do this together. Let's learn together. Let's educate each other together in a positive, loving way. And so we started Billy Goat Tales, that philosophy: honor, dignity, respect, giving, helping, serving, persistence, taking action, all those things, love, rarity. These are the things that our movement stands for, and we just want to spread that in the blockchain industry, in the blockchain world, because there's a lot of shilling going on, a lot of what's in it for me, kind of thing. So,
and what you're doing is really it hits me at a very core level, because I found crypto not for number go up. I found crypto to be able to talk to my colleagues and my cohorts and my contractor buddies that are still out there in Colorado. They're stuck in Colorado dealing with the policies that have been laid out, and they are begging to escape. And honestly, I found cryptographic communication systems before I ever found crypto and number go up narrative. And what you're doing here, it needs to spread. It needs to be kind of a standard amongst as many crypto influencers as will take it. Obviously, you're going to have people that will choose the dollar over the legacy. Oftentimes, that is probably going to be the majority of influencers. It's the sad reality of the situation. But what you're talking about on a very community level as well, if you are involved with crypto and you're not being crushed by fiat dollar holding, then you're able to operate in a position of strength through your community should things get really, really nasty, And so my favorite stable coin is seeds, generators, hard iron goods. ammo, things of that nature, you know, because I want to be in that position of strength. And it's really doing that before I got into crypto put me in a position of power where when March 14th of 2020 happened, I was not running to Costco. I backed the truck up on Coinbase instead for Bitcoin at $4,000 and Ethereum at 180 bucks while everyone is so sure the world's going to end. And really, you know, I was talking to someone last night that was bringing up the need to explain what is going on with our money to kids, because we are in a cultural battle right now to get the information to not only, you know, people that are, you know, of age, like I'm 36. I don't know if you want to dox your age or not, but you got some gray going on. I can tell you've been around, you've seen some stuff, but we have kids. Yeah, see, there it is. And I got gray beard hairs, so I'm almost in that bracket, but I really want to find a way to express what the power of Bitcoin really is to the kids, and finding what you're releasing, the bridge to Bitcoin, the Billy Goat Tales. It's something that honestly makes my heart really, really happy, because I sit there with my daughter and I can do it in my own home. But what is the rollout like? Is Billy Goat Tales how can I help you get this book and the knowledge about this book existing out to everyone? Because a lot of crypto people have kids, and I'm sure there's a lot of teachers out there that are in crypto. Like, what is the plan to get this message out to the masses, and how can I help get there?
Well, thank you. And you're helping right now, man, really, by having us on and talk about the book. And we have not done one iota of real marketing. The sales that have happened have been all organic sales just from the community and people sharing it, which I'm so grateful and blessed that that's happening. We are planning on to use legacy forms of marketing to get the book out there. We are on Amazon. But what can we do? Well, first of all, we wrote the book because the McDonald's approach, it's the Happy Meal, right? Mm-hmm. So you start getting them to go to the Happy Meal when they're young. Not that I'm a big fan of McDonald's and you should eat healthy. I'm just using the business approach, not necessarily the food.
It's a strong business.
But it's a strong business. And so we wanted to touch the young folks in crypto, and their moms and dads might be in crypto. They have a hard time engaging with the 8-year-old, the 7-year-old, the 6-year-old, even the 12 or 13-year-old. So we wrote the book to expose the young children to crypto, and we want them to be safe, right? This book is based on the 3 Billy Goat Gruff, which is really about 3 goats trying to cross a bridge to get to a grassy meadow, but underneath the bridge lies a troll, and they have to figure out how to get across the bridge to the grassy knoll to eat. We took that storyline and basically made it into a crypto storyline, and underneath the bridge, right, is the troll. And who's the troll? He's the guy that's always trying to create those fake posts and links 100%. And getting you to, you know. So 100%. So what can you do? Just share this out. Keep sharing it out. We just want to be on as many channels as we can be, so that we can get the message out to help everyone's children grow up through the crypto industry. That's really our mission with the children's book.
Now, I love this. And something that comes to mind when I was sitting there thinking about this last night and listening to you, I really think that we should go on a campaign to get Blippi's attention. Man, if we could get Blippi's attention, or Miss Rachel, you know, some of these massive influencers for kid shows. I mean, because kids watch, I mean, those videos get tens of millions, hundreds of millions of views. If we could get one of them interested in this, that would make a massive, massive impact, because a lot of kids, they find, you know, Miss Rachel, Blippy. What's another good one? Vlad and
Nika, yeah, she's a good one. And then obviously, if you could get like a Baby Sharks episode about crypto.
Baby Shark.
Yeah. Gracie's Corner. I have good connections to Gracie's Corner.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this is. I think if we could honestly, obviously, we'll do it on the grassroots level. C90 FTW. Oh Lord, not Blippy. I know it's the song of Blippy is burned into my head, right? But if we could find one of these content creators to really get this information out and to talk about this, I think it would be very, very useful. And honestly, you know, it's something that it's kind of an interesting approach, but this cultural shift that we have right now in this moment in our humanity where we can, talk about, hey, we don't have to basically only hold fiat dollars and lose buying power year over year. My daughter is very aggravated about it. When she started saving money, she was able to get one Snickers bar for $1.50. Now we go to the store, it's $3.50, right? She has to clean her bedroom twice as hard or 2 times to get the same output. And I've explained this to her every time we go back to the store and she wants a new item. Things keep getting more expensive on my daughter as well. So this is something very, very interesting to think about. And, really beyond what we're going to be doing here, and I do want to start joining your spaces and start retweeting your spaces more, because I think that what you're doing is very powerful and very necessary for the common person. And if we can spread your message fast enough and far enough, we might not end up seeing a $60 trillion national debt and a spiraling into hyperinflation. I really feel
and if
that
we
way.
do, at least the people own Bitcoin, right? So my daughter's 35. We had a great conversation a couple of days ago, and she's like, Dad, what's different between your generation? And by the way, I'm 58, so I'll dox my age. I've said it on my space before, but she's basically saying, Dad, what's different is everything's so expensive. Groceries, a house payment, buying a new car. You get to the end of the month, you have no money left over. And she's right about that. I'm by trade, I'm a general contractor. I build houses. And so I've noticed, of course, the same house that we built 5 years ago is $150,000 more, $200,000 more.
Yes.
We have not made any more margin on the house whatsoever. In fact, our margins are squeezed. What's different? Labor, even though dimensional lumber's down now compared to the COVID times, we're paying 3 times because you can't get anybody to work. Nobody wants to work. So if you do find a good HVAC guy, a good plumber, a good electrician, you have to pay them a lot more. So she's right about that. And the long-term answer is Bitcoin. And of course she knows that, she's saving Bitcoin, but that's the answer. It's really the big balloon, escape balloon that you're jumping out, or the parachute. You jump out of the airplane, you need a parachute. That is the escape vehicle for millions and millions of people. I read the other day that 3.5 billion people make less than $2 a day.
Yeah. And
$2 a day, 3.5 billion.
That's terrifying to think about. Like the existence of the middle and even lower class, it's almost like they're squashing them out of existence right now. So, I mean, we are in a fight for our future. I feel like that troll under the bridge is the Federal Reserve. And, Bitcoin is this unstoppable force meeting the immovable object of the federal government and the Federal Reserve. So we are in an interesting time. It's going to be a heck of a fight. We're going to be out here fighting for you guys to push this message forward very, very hard. And anything that we can do to help, you just let me know, because this is something that, I got a lot of kids and I have a very, very emotional and real connection to my community. And I want to spread this message as far and as wide as I can. I'm going to be buying the book. I put a pinned chat in the comments up above. I'm going to be buying this book and putting it on my table for my kids and, all the friends and family that come over, because this is a very, very important time for us to do so. So, we're going to be, hopping into all the macroeconomic chaos that's going on right now, all this breaking news. But is there anything else that you want to leave with the community? Any calls to action? I mean, I think Bluey is a good idea. But anything else, any other ideas we should be targeting as we move forward with this?
Well, just check out our website, which is billygoattails.io. Get involved with our community. Get involved with Drew's community here. We'll do whatever it takes to help all of you guys pushing this message, not just our message, your message. What I've really tried to do is create the creators, like-minded creators. I try to stick with and help out. So that's what you can do, man. I appreciate you guys having me on. Thank you for taking the time to do this. You didn't have to.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you, brother.
No, I want you back on, maybe in a few weeks from now, maybe just like 2 weeks from now, let's get you back on. I want to hear how the progress is going. And I want to sit here and spitball with the community on the next approach. Who should we be reaching out to? You know, and what would be the best avenues to advertise this on? Because there's a billion different ways to do this. There's newsletters and all kinds of things. And we can't give up the fight. You know, we're going to have to come at this from 100 different angles. So I really appreciate what you're doing, Billy. And I'll make sure,
got it, brother. Thank you.
After the stream gets done, we're going to link everything. And you said, send me a DM with the IO website as well. So I can link that in the description as well. Because I want to make sure people have your direct website.
Also, real quick, I'm going to hit you up on X. I'm going to talk to some of my friends and see if I can get Gracie's Corner, their contacts.
You literally have friends there.
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I used to like dance like semi-professionally competition. So in the Gracie's Corner, they do a bunch of dance stuff. So my old dance teacher, I've talked to them back and forth. So I'll see what I can do about that.
What?
So we push that out.
Perfect.
So.
God is good, man. God is good. Thank you.
There it is.
Amen,
absolutely. All right, Billy. Well, we'll be seeing you real soon, man. Looking forward to having you back on. That is awesome. I can't believe you were.
Yeah, I actually know these people.
Really?
Yeah, like we comment. I go over to his house all the time. We shoot some like dance videos,
Whoa,
do whatever.
man.
And they comment back and forth, and we have a couple connections.
Dude, I like this. Is what it is. We got to spitball ideas and game plan together as a community. That's what it's all about. So
I did see some of the comments. You did want to stay away from Miss Rachel. She is a little.
She is.
She's into Olympic boxing.
Oh no.
Oh,
She's
no.
into the Transformers and Decepticons.
She's into.
I forgot those were the key words. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't talk about
Yeah,
that.
you can't. No, we got keywords
Yeah.
or dragsters, right?
Yeah,
I mean, there's many
race cars.
Yeah, but we're more talking about Decepticons here. So let's run the mid roll. We'll come back to you with all of our favorite altcoins and all the good stuff.
The Blockchain Basement is powered by Arculus. This is the world's leading crypto cold storage where you can easily secure, buy, swap, send, and receive all your crypto with a simple tap using 3-factor authentication to make sure to keep your assets safer than ever. Make sure to support the channel, use code BASE10, and click the link down in the description to get your hands on your security today.
All right, that was absolutely awesome. And I think it was Green Day Profits or someone gifted a bunch of memberships. I really, really appreciate you guys doing that. Memberships. Honestly, I am basically leaving our channel demonetized right now so we can keep getting our message out to the people. But the more and more you can support us through memberships, yes, Green Day Profits, you are hitting the nail on the head, man. I appreciate you. And that's basically what I have to do right now. I have to demonetize ourselves so the message can still get out there. We're leaning into Rumble and X as well. And I'm not leaving YouTube because I got a lot of fans out in the UK and different places where freedom of speech is completely dead. And I refuse to give up on them as well. So
yeah, did you know I was watching this, I saw this on X, and I actually retweeted it at 7up.eth if you want to go check it out. But I retweeted it, and they have, at the police department in the UK, they have a department that goes through social media and finds hate comments, and then they go and arrest you.
yes, they do. Absolutely.
That's crazy.
And
That's terrible.
that's what happens when you give up your weapons, honestly. Like, you know,
This is true.
they took them away in 1996 in response to a tragedy, an absolute tragedy and a massacre that did happen. And they punished the rest of the population. Now, fast forward 30 years later, a new massacre is coming to the location. So
What was the massacre in 1996?
I looked it up before. It was a isolated attack on an unarmed, section, a gun-free zone. So now, real quick before we hop on all the crypto stuff, this is just a highlight. Billy Goat Tells. This is their Amazon link. I linked it up in the description. Pretty cool little, title and thumbnail. I want to call it a thumbnail. What do they call it? A cover?
Yeah,
I like this a lot though. Look at this. He's got the
That looks
troll,
evil.
Giver's Gain, Billy Goat Tales, the bridge to Bitcoin. So hop over there and get you some if you want to help him spread the message. And shout out to Crypto Billy, gifted
20
the
membies.
Holy
Oh
God.
my gosh.
Crypto Billy, you absolutely
You
awesome
savage.
individual, man. Awesome. And yeah, I mean, if you guys are out there, click the link and share it. Even if you don't have the money to buy the book, share it out there. Get the message out there. Look at all the members that he just gifted there. That is absolutely awesome. I love seeing this. So, and now we're in a really good time to start this conversation because look where Google search traffic is for crypto. It's looking to come back up from bear market levels. Place your bets on retail fully returning. At 100K Bitcoin, we will see them as exit liquidity. That's kind of the sad reality, but I don't hold any Bitcoin, so I'm not using any Bitcoin holders as Bitcoin liquidity. This is interest over time. This is the highlight to our height of the bull market last cycle. And then you had the secondary kind of fake out pump here. Now, it's been the doldrums for quite some time. It's been in extreme lows, but we are seeing a slight tick up. And I expect a little bit of chop. Basically, I don't feel like the attention's coming back until right around November. I think that you guys are going to see some pretty amazing things happen to crypto prices in November from a few different factors. We have the selection happening. We have quantitative easing and weakness shown from the Federal Reserve. But then also the Bitcoin dominance. I've been going off the Bitcoin dominance. I don't know if I told you this yet, Justin, but I have found something on TradingView that I find very, very fascinating. It is the Bitcoin dominance time frame that it takes for Bitcoin dominance to fall off a cliff. Have I showed you this before?
No.
So what it is, because I use the halving cycle as a good metric. So this is the halving, the second halving, and we measure the time frame of when this halving happened to when Bitcoin dominance fell off, right around 230 days, 231 days. Yeah. And you go over here to this, and it's a little bit different because you had some ups and downs, harsher ups and downs in the altcoin sector because Ethereum was on the up and come back then.
We didn't have any, like post 2016, you really didn't have any alts.
Right,
you know?
right.
Really
and so now you did, and Ethereum was starting to steal the show a little bit here. But look at this. Go to this peak of it, 231 days on the dot again.
Wow.
So right now, we are only, let's just give an exact measurement for everyone that's wanting an update on this. Right here, currently, we are sitting at 105 days, 106 days after the halving.
You know what's really interesting? If you go, and I learned this from Kelly, I kind of was doing it on my own, but then Kelly kind of really figured it out. Like, we're right around, I think it's 120-ish days after the halving right now.
Yeah.
Historically, 151 days, I think, is what the breakout pattern typically happens. So that's around mid-September-ish is when we're supposed to have the breakout in the market. Everything goes to the upside. That's what I'm looking for. Because I know sometimes, especially now, like in this time in the cycle, things get really bullish, people get all happy, and then all of a sudden you have these downturns, and so you're questioning everything in life. Like, you know, is this what I need to be doing? Is my money safe? But if you go and look, and I just had this conversation yesterday with somebody, if you go historically and look at the charts from the halving cycle, and just, it's really easy. Take the ruler, he just used it, and you measure it out from the halving day until the breakout, and go look at the past halving cycles, you'll see we're exactly where we're supposed to be in this cycle.
Absolutely.
Nothing's different. Now, the only thing is that the only X factor, black swan, I think, is the hyena. But outside of the hyena, I think we're exactly where we're supposed to be. I think we're setting up to have one of the most successful cycles ever. So yeah, but I do recommend anybody doing that, go do some little, it's not that difficult to go pull up TradingView, go to the Bitcoin chart and measure the cycle, the halving cycles.
Well, and also within that, I do want to say we're actually a little spoiled right now because price wise, we should be around like 45 or 50K.
Yes, we should be.
You know, and that flush out down to 49K, that was like a really healthy reset. So that, in my opinion, it stopped things from getting overheated too quick, and this cycle kind of ending shorter than we were hoping.
Yeah, we're not supposed to hit past all-time highs before the halving or around the halving. That's supposed to happen months later.
Well, we got the crazy thing was that the ETF
and all the other stuff.
Yes.
So that's all. But which really just brings us back. We're exactly where we're supposed to be. Maybe we should be a little lower, but nothing's different this time. You know, everybody should still feel bullish.
Yeah.
A few more days. Just hold
look
it
at
out.
this. Deucey does chat. Who's going to Blockchain Futurist Conference in Toronto? I want to meet people. Everyone keeps bailing. DM me on Discord or shoot a message in general chat. Got an extra ticket if you want. I might have some extra tickets. I'm trying to get out to Toronto, but I don't think they're going to approve my passport in time. Right. And you know, we need funding to get there. So, you know, that's something that we need to figure out because the Blockchain Futurists, they would love to have us out there. We got invites and, you know, they notice they're supporting the channel and all that stuff. But my God, I mean, we got to figure out a way to get out there because it's coming up pretty quick. It's coming up. Pretty
Maybe
quick.
somebody should sponsor. Yeah.
No, I've been reaching out. I've been trying, like, God dang, I've been trying. It's just the market boringness and like the low attention that in general crypto influencers have right now.
Makes it difficult.
It plays into it.
Yep.
So no, I don't have a felony. It takes some time to, I know I'm on their website. We're on the Futurist website. We got to find a way. I have the tickets. Oh, we got to find a way to get up there. All right. So we got a lot of stuff to cover. 242. Tyler Winklevoss highlighted how the hyena skipped an attendance of a crypto roundtable yesterday. Understand that she's on a campaign trail, but the meeting was virtual. All she needed to do to have was an internet connection. So I don't really think that they're looking to play too nice with crypto. Honestly, you guys, if you look at the track record of their voting history, it really, really doesn't look like demo rats have any intention of looking at crypto as a potential saving grace for our spiraling US debt. I really think that they took that conversation that RFK and Trump were talking about at Bitcoin Nashville in a very negative light. And I think that Elizabeth Warren is absolutely terrified of that happening, along with a bunch of these other just entrenched, power-hungry elected officials that want to hold on to control.
Yeah, the hyena had a I guess you would call it a rally. I don't know. But whatever it was, and 1,500 people showed up.
Well, they got
so
that
if you
excitedness.
If you don't have Megan Thee Stallion twerking, or was it Quavo, whoever it was
Quavo,
Offset, or whoever, the one that didn't die. But if you don't have anybody there to dance or sing, no one shows up. So it's
Did you see the there's a picture that came out, I saw it on Twitter earlier today, of a rally, but it was all AI generated.
Yes, Harry
Yeah.
Sisson showed it.
Yeah.
They're sharing disinformation, and that's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, whatever.
And honestly, like, it's highly aggravating for me because I can't even say her accurate name. I would like to say her real name, but the powers that be, YouTube, Alphabet, don't want me to literally just say the name. I can't even say the names of entire specific nations right now with how hardcore the censorship has gotten. Shout out to you, $0 Giro, gifted an membership. I swear, like, if we could build these memberships up big enough, I won't have to listen to any of their parameters anymore. Honestly, that is the goal here. So we're setting up in the right way. We're on the right path, and check out the money supply. The M2 money supply is starting to break out, like I said it would. They're starting the printer machines back up once again. And you can see what they did in 2020. Absolutely crazy. This is the result. We experience all the inflation today. This is a result of this amount of printing on the M2 money supply in 2020. And these are levels of basically economy falling off of a cliff that we hadn't seen since the time frame of 1861. So everyone that remembers that time frame.
That was a good year.
I think it was a bad year, bro. Like, I'm so terrified that we're actually heading back to that scenario. It really does terrify me. I have people from across the aisle on the show all the time. Jeremy, very much so on that side, and he is a great friend. And I really love spending time talking to him. And I really don't view people that vote differently than me as my enemies. I think that's very unhealthy.
This is the issue I have with the people on the other side. If they have an intellectual decision, if they can make an intellectual decision, that's fine. But if they're basing a decision on some kind of derangement syndrome, that's where I have the problem. I have the problem if they're going to go, I am only voting against XYZ guy. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's a head of lettuce. I don't care
regardless
if it's a puppet.
of policy, regardless of all
whatever.
The things that come with
I just don't like because this person says mean things or he grabs them by the hoo-ha or whatever. I don't like that. I think that's a very much that's going to lead to an uneducated population and a destruction to our country.
Yeah. Well, what I worry about in stopping the conversation, I've said this for like a decade now, is like when conversation stops, chaos follows.
Yes.
Then people start speaking with physical manner. So I think that we need to keep that conversation going. Like the video, peeps. Thank you, Ruben. Shout out to you, man. Now, I had a kind of a chaotic prediction that many people disagreed with me, I think about a year ago, that we were going to see the priced car market experienced some extra pressure on the downside for the cost of vehicles, even in light of the inflation. I think what we actually have is a stagflationary situation where you have buyers that are literally living off of credit cards and they're not going out there purchasing these new vehicles at these high costs, but you also have auctions that were having to drop their prices pretty drastically. And these dealerships were finding themselves in basically a Mexican standoff with the people that were supposed to be buying the vehicles. And I have a couple kind of updates on the car market because this is very bullish for me. I'm looking to scoop up. I'm going to get rid of the minivan because the kids' legs are big enough to get into a Sequoia finally. So the wholesale vehicle market has taken a big turn. Every time a car dealership guy posts about wholesale, his DMs blow up with dealers sharing their hot takes on the ground point of views. And it's no wonder. Auction prices affect everything from trade-ins and retail prices to book values and more. He recently spoke with one of the top wholesalers in the world, Bob Holenshed, to get the scoop on what's really happening in the wholesale market. Big takeaways are wholesale vehicle prices have been on the rise for a few weeks. So that is interesting to see that they're actually able to increase the price, but the retail prices could follow suit in a few weeks. Consumers are increasingly in a weak position and can't absorb many more price increases. This is the stagflationary situation. They're trying to increase the prices regardless of the consumer not having the ability or the inclination to purchase them at those prices, which is going to exacerbate this standoff between the two parties. And now I have this from Trader at TikTok Tick. 4 months ago, he warned, don't buy a car, the market's about to crash. Today, he's pleased to announce the car market has crashed. Tens of thousands of dollars in discounts, 0% APRs, $299 leases, gonna get worse. You're welcome. And I really, actually, I don't think that the car market is going to be able to keep cooking the price of their vehicles to the north side. I think that the stagflationary pressure is going to play out over the next few months. And we are going to experience this also with the federal funds rate. And it's following the same pattern that we did from the 70s to 80s, where you have a momentary 2 to 3 year time frame, which I believe we're smack dab in the middle of, where the Federal Reserve has to ease on rates to keep an election hopeful, to keep the people going to the polls, to keep the idea that things are going to get better going. And then the beatings continue after the elected person is in place. I think that's exactly what we're going to experience right now. So in this market, if you got gains, I'm locking it up in vehicles, real estate, and hard iron goods. Hard iron goods are my favorite stable coin. I know you love Tether, but you know,
yeah. I'm actually tetherless right now. But
really,
I'm tetherless right now. I'm completely risk on.
Okay.
I'm curious though. Maybe you know this? Do you know the national average for time on the market for real estate right now for a house?
They're lasting quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
That's
what I think, and that's what I'm really curious about is how long that standoff can happen between the banks and the interest rates and the Fed. And then the people.
Yeah. I mean, that's another situation where people like I'm locked in at a 3% rate. I ain't.
Me too. I got 2.9 and when I'm selling it, it's free money. And I feel bad for the people that are paying 8-9% right now.
But I do the hope in here that I'm wanting to highlight because we are in an amazing situation. Crypto, I think, is going to go parabolic, but we're going to have a momentary weakness with the Federal Reserve and those funding rates right around the election. If we can take advantage of those weak rates, then you're set up for cash flow because you can rent the house out, have that cash flow for your family. The bear market for crypto will come back. I do believe 2026 will show its ugly head and bring prices back to a local low. I don't know exactly where that would be. If I'm shooting from the hip, somewhere around 70K. Last cycle, I set a line at the top of $17,000 and I waited to hammer back into crypto until we found that FTX got us to that point. And so I finally decided to buy more crypto when we did hit that level. Very simple, no spider lines, no male astrology involved. And it worked out pretty good for me.
Male astrology.
Yeah. So now we got a lot of stuff to cover on the altcoins because I got some. What do you think about this? These people are flooding Ethereum just because Vitalik got a girlfriend. Like, let the man have his time, you know?
Yeah. What do you want him to have a boyfriend? Like, is that bullish?
I mean, I think Ethereum is under pressures right now because there's a lot of layer 2s that have come out. there's a lot of ways to get around the gas fee paying in Ethereum. But Ethereum's hyper bullish case that I've been highlighting is that there's going to be an Ethereum with staking ETF, in my opinion, come available in November. And I think there's going to follow with that a fever pitch from Wall Street to get staking availability on an ETF that's held and custodied by a trusted source. Do you think I'm crazy in thinking this?
No, I think you're not crazy. I think there's a certain group of people that are bullish on Ethereum, and those are the people that have most of the money in this market. So yes, like the Indians, and love the Indians. Even people in America that use Solana. This cheap transaction base was made for people that don't, Philippines. That's really hot. Solana base, all these cheap networks. But the people that have real money go for security, and they want to play in the big leagues, and that's where the big leagues are. People that have size, they want to do DeFi on a chain that is secure, that is strong, that doesn't go down, has a good reputation. You have Curve on there. You have all these major players. That is not going away. ETH is not going away. It'll always be dominant layer one, period. You got to know, like, there's levels to this. We're not all trading shit coins. Like, there's levels to this thing. And there's the reason why. If you go, you can pull up it on DeFi Llama, and you can pull up stable coins. There's a reason why 53% of all stable coins live on Ethereum. And then, this is weird, fun fact, 30-something% live on Tron, and then the rest of the pie is all the other chains. So that should tell you, those are the poker chips, by the way. That's where all the money, that's the real money, is the stable coins in the market. They all live on Ethereum. 53% of all the stable coins live on Ethereum.
What is going on this chart? Pull this chart up, Owen. Look at this chart. Here, I'll make this smaller so you can see what's going on here. Look at this. The greatest stablecoin market cap. That's got to be a data issue, like right there, right?
Yeah, no,
There's
never
no way
seen
that's
that
real.
chart. I don't even know. Yeah, the one I'm talking about is more like a pie chart, but this should tell you. But yeah, there's a chart. It'll show you where all the stables live. 53% of all the stables live on Ethereum, and that's not changing.
Another thing to think about when we're talking about this is, where is BlackRock setting up all of its RWA stuff? Right? Where is all the RWA stuff moving to? Its Ondo, Ethereum, and then you also have OP powering Base, right? I mean, and Arbitrum. Like, seeing Arbitrum and the TVL within Arbitrum, it's been pretty incredible to see. So
exactly,
I think it's a very nuanced and difficult to understand situation for someone on the outside looking in. Like, why is ETH falling to $2,200? Like, I remember telling you $2,900 was in the cards, and at the time it was kind of scary to think about. It fell to $2,200.
Yeah.
But now I do see the grayscale outflows are starting to ease.
Yep.
And we're starting to see that kind of normalize, which is very, very good. Now,
same thing happened with the Bitcoin ETF. So,
well, yeah, exactly. But it was even worse because the fees were higher than the Bitcoin Trust, Now, we did have this I want to highlight. This is just so crazy. I got to look into this project more. Damien, a fan of the channel, brought my attention to Bean on Base. First of all, amazing picture. Okay, so that's what I can say about this project so far. I have no idea nor time to look on it today, but I am going to keep this bookmarked and do some deep dives this weekend on it. Pump.fun is making it free to create coins. I am terrified of this.
Well, keep reading.
Yeah.
So
coin creators receive 0.5 Solana, $80 when their coin completes its bonding curve. Instead of the creator having to pay the $2 for coin creation, this cost is now paid by the first buyer of the coin, and this unlocks a use case for someone creating a coin without buying any of its supply. That is good. Okay, so now I'm getting a little bit happier. Why would they want to do that? They receive the 0.5 Solana for $80. If the coin completes the bonding curve, this gets paid out from the Pump Fund migration fee, now 1.5 Solana, and it is paid regardless of whether the coin dev has ever held the coin still holding or is still holding the coin. The reward also gives an incentive for all devs to get their coin to 100% of that bonding curve. Well, that is also healthy because I've
it's
seen
healthy,
a lot
but
of
it's a joke. So and the reason why I know that's a ridiculous upgrade. And if you read through the comments, it'll tell you that. But the reason why is First of all, $80 is nothing. That doesn't help you at all. Once the token reaches Radium, it's going to cost you about a half an ETH to get upgraded your information on Dex tools, another $500 on Dex Screener. So that really doesn't do anything. But what's really going on Pump.Fun is it's botted to an extent where the $2 is still getting paid by the creator because of how the bots work and how that whole it's a casino. It's not it's not really a launch pad. The bots are set up to snipe and create the token and snipe the token on the same block, which it's difficult to do that on an outside bot. But if you're tied to the creator wallet, you're able to do that through a very strong bot system that's on Pump.Fun. All this has been exposed.
And the bots just are so depressing to see how they arbitrage new projects and then just dump it like hell. And it just falls to the ground again. Like the meme coin season for me, I'm not really the only meme coin I'm holding besides all of the damn coins that have been rugged by bots and jeets is Trump token.
Yeah, I still have a bag.
Yeah, I doubled down when I got some at $5 again, and then I got even more when it fell to $3. You know, so I think that team is rock solid. I did want to highlight this from Veteran Crypto because IBM and Prove AI deployment has come out, and Casper is starting to come alive when it comes to daily deployments. Now the graph on Casper, let's see if it is still, the graph on Casper scares the hell out of me, but there's a Brave AI setup and a partnership with IBM going on in the background. So I am curious to watch this thing because I want utility coins to have their day in the sun here, watching all the meme coins just run laps around them over the last month. Very, very strong downward pressure, and it is beat down to absolute all-time lows. So this one is in question. Obviously, if this IBM Brave AI system does have any chance to compete with Gemini AI or any of those other systems, I think Casper will have at least a momentary time in the sun. So I am watching this actually pretty closely. Another chaotic idea I have, and I was talking about it on the members only stream for Discover Crypto this morning, is I finally feel like buying Cardano again, Justin. I do. I know it's a chaotic idea.
Stuff about that. I saw something else happened.
Well, they have the hard fork coming up, but I mean that's nothing new. We knew that was coming.
Somebody tweeted out at Charles Hoskin calling him a cult leader and that he was going to revive the zombie chain and all that stuff.
But when they called a zombie chain, I want to buy it because they're fudding something that I know is going to be around for the bull market. Yeah, and do you remember last cycle? It fell from like 7 cents to like 3 cents, and there was all these influencers capitulating. Oh my God, I bought the wrong token. Oh no. And it went from that level to $3.
$3. I know. Here's why. I'm not against Cardano. I think Cardano will go up. But historically, Cardano is a late bloomer. It hits puberty at around 17 instead of 13 like the rest of us. So I think you could probably hop into something else, ride half of the bull market, and then hop into that and not miss
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's what I think, because I do think that the community's strong and there's enough money there in their treasury to pump it up.
Yeah.
Whether it does anything, I don't know. I mean, it does NFTs and there's some DeFi, there's some meme coins on there, some things happening on there. But you know, you got a lot of it's a more difficult chain to interact with than most other layer ones, layers twos, things like that. That's the only thing I'd say.
And like that stuff matters a lot right now. But honestly, when the fever pitch comes back to crypto, like we all thought that we were going to live in a metaverse last bull market.
I know that was weird,
right? Yeah. It was really weird. Like you saw Sandbox, let's just show Sandbox's graph for a good comparison on where fever pitch can literally send projects.
Dead. So dead.
Very dead now, but this is very important for historical context. So essentially we had the halving May of 2020, and it was boring 4 cents, and then this thing jackknifed up to just about $7, right? And now currently, yes, it is verifiably very underutilized. But this is where the fever pitch and the narrative stuff starts to take place. And people say that retail's out of it. Yeah, they're beat down right now, but just wait until quantitative easing comes back and they are injected with a bunch of hopium in the economy. Jobs start rolling again because the economy doesn't want the Federal Reserve does not in the short term want this thing to just drive off a cliff in the United States. And we also have NVIDIA holding things up in a very big way. So have you heard my pitch on the New Deal of what I think is coming for American infrastructure and how we can actually get out of this?
No, the New Deal. It sounds
Yeah.
like the big new Green Deal or whatever. it
No,
is.
this is where we build out data centers in mass in the United States for an infrastructural push. It starts up jobs. It re-solidifies our dominance over China when it comes to that
China.
data. Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen, man. Like, and I do think that there's going to be some kinetic conflict. I hope that we don't see any large, big bada booms like we saw for Japan last time that kind of pushed this over the edge. But I really feel like America is going to lean into data center infrastructure buildouts, and being a part of that on the construction side, or even in the crypto side with decentralized GPUs. That's why I'm so bullish on decentralized GPUs. And I've talked about them for a long time. We loved Render very early. Nick was calling Render at insanely low prices. I've been calling Aether. And I am wondering where Aether
Where is Aether? What's the market cap on Aether?
Yeah, let's go to Aether and find out where it's at right now, because I really, really think this is going to be a sneaky mover. It's at 6 cents right now, very viable.
Where's the market cap?
Currently at 250 mil. So, and then you got the circulating supply, but it's just barely launched. And I worry less about the tokenomics of a system like this that actually has a rock solid utility and all of the macroeconomic pressures for its use case. Because we can say that, I hear this argument a lot from people that it's going to be the government only, and NVIDIA type companies only that are going to be providing the GPU bandwidth for this AI rollout. But there's going to be a lot of private companies that find their little niche. And if they're focused enough, they can absolutely just rocket from it. So,
I agree with that.
I'm not saying Aether is going to be the fix 10 years from now, but this is kind of like the .com explosion that we're in right now, taking advantage of these narratives and the use case, something that I like doing. And I think I'm going to actually have a really good time with Aether over the next few years here. But my God, if you guys want to support us by getting your own cold storage or a rubber ducky, use code BASE10. We got a link down in the description. You can become your own bank, stop the Federal Reserve from controlling yourself, your nuts, and all of your financial freedoms. For God's sakes, take the power in your hands. We've never had this chance before in the entire history of humans where we have a peaceful way to take the power back for the people. So I think it's really kind of an amazing time to be alive. Thank you for that. And yeah, it's actually a steel card too. I don't know if you can hear this, but it's pretty wonderful. So shout out to them for being a major sponsor. And also, if you're out there trading, what my plan is for trading right now, we have a link in the description. You can use code DRUTH and you get $30 in futures trading for your account if you have a new account on Blowfin. I got the link down there in the description. And on the trading side here, I am actually kind of interested to see if Bitcoin can give me an entry point somewhere around $59,200 to put in a trade. I want to basically see this thing pull back to right at about this level. I think that it'll be a nice little stair-stepper type situation that we're going to be building out here in the short term. And so that's what I'm watching for on my trading process. But if you guys are out there trading already and you're chaotic enough to trade altcoins, even I like trading Bitcoin because it moves slower and it's less pain if things go wrong. But for God's sakes, use a tight stop loss if you're getting involved, because this is not the time where you want to get liquidated on your bags. Things are about to get good. So use code DRUTH. Go on Blowfin, support the channel. You get 30 free bucks in futures to see what you can make out of it. So shout out to all of our partners out there. I'm really excited about the weekend video. We have amazing video. I mean,
it's beautiful. I'm about to finish editing it right after here.
We got a good one. And it's going out Saturday. We're aiming for 12 p.m., middle of the day. And also Tuesday, I have an interview with one of the biggest names in our fight for freedom here in America that I am so excited for. So thank you for all your appreciation, your support. And Sarah Gonzalez, based Women of the Month, Blaze TV host and CEO of American Beauty. Fantastic. I know Nick's been swooping in the DMs. We'll see what comes of it. I appreciate every single one out in the chat. Crypto Alpha, Veteran Crypto, holding it down for me. Michael Moore, Edward Middleton, Mark Smithson, Jess Jim, Justin Thompson, Crypto Stevo, Punjab. What do we got? Chemistry Bro. Good to see you too, Chemistry Bro. Crypto Dave. And down in the Rumble chat, we got Deadwood, Sincere Hogan, and all of the other absolute freedom fighters. I love every single one of you. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. We're here for our future, and this is America. I'm bullish on every single one of you. I'll see you later. Goodbye.